Welcome to another episode of Red Carpet Living with Jen. My name is Jennifer Mercado, Palm Beach-based realtor, and today I wanted to highlight a few HOA communities in West Palm Beach where you can afford to live for under $300 a month. That is correct. So the reason I wanted to do this is because I have the fortune of a listing actually in two of these communities. And I was really impressed by how low the monthly maintenances were compared with others in the area and compared with what you're getting for that money month to month. So for those who don't know, which I didn't know when I first moved down to Florida, there are a lot of HOA communities, which are Homeowner Association communities. So that's the governing body. And typically what HOAs do, in addition to providing amenities and maintenance, they also give you laws, rules, regulations in order to live in the community, such as, certain things that you can fly, either signs or flags outside your house, the color that you can paint the house as long as it's within certain parameters, as well as anything that would structurally change the home or the appearance of the home within that community. So like I had mentioned, I really wanted to focus on some that were relatively affordable month to month, given what they are offering. So the three communities that I found that were under $300 a month not only included common area maintenance, for example, the front lawn or the back lawn, in some instances both, gated community entrance, meaning that there's a gate at the entrance of the community and it's manned either by a person. Actually, all of these are manned by a person. So there is like 24-hour patrol as well as somebody standing at the gate 24 hours allowing entrance in. They also include a pool, either a tennis court or a basketball court, or another amenity such as a gym or a clubhouse. And the reason I wanted to, again, like I said, to look at these is because they're under $300 a month. And typically what we see with gated communities that do have manned security or patrols, they can be pretty expensive month to month. So while you're getting all of the what I would call like routine maintenance of your home, you're also getting these added amenity perks that makes it feel as if you're living on a resort, right? You have a pool at will, you have a gated entrance at will, you have a tennis court or a basketball court or a clubhouse where you can host a party, or a really nice fitness center where you could go ahead and do your workouts. All of these, like I mentioned, had them. So the first one on my list is called Lakes of Laguna. And monthly, there are payments that you have to make to the overarching division, which is Lakes of Laguna. And then there are also subdivisions, which typically add on another fee just for the maintenance within that small area. But the range that I saw for this community, the HOAs went from either 170 to 231, again, depending on which subdivision it is that you're living in. And I have a listing here as well. So I was able to go through and drive through the community, and it is beautifully manicured. Just the trees are well maintained. The streets are well maintained. Having access to a gated community, not just as a real estate agent, but also as a homeowner, gives you a sense of added security of where you're living because you know who's coming in. So no one will ever catch you just, walking through your front door like they could in New York because they were unannounced and just show up. That ceases to exist if you live in these communities. And coming from New York, HOAs were relatively new to me. I think the most I understood of governing bodies for homeowners were co-ops, which are not actually common down here in Florida, but are very common in New York. And even those were like in buildings or in houses that all looked kind of like apartment buildings. So really shifting the gears and looking at a homeowners association where it's actually made up by people who live in the community typically. They might also outsource some of the management to an outside management company, but typically the president or the vice president, secretary, treasurer reside within the community, and they adhere to rules and also host meetings every month so that homeowners can get a chance to make some changes within their community or to review budgets and approve. The next community that I want to talk to you about is another community that I also have a listing in and had the good fortune of living in as well. And that community is Briar Bay. That one is located right off of Okeechobee. If you go north towards Jog where it ends, Roebuck, beautiful community. They not only have a pool and a manned gate entrance and a tennis court and a fitness center and a clubhouse. They also have this really neat feature for kids, which is called a splash pad. I call it a water park because essentially that's what it is. It's a area off the pool with in-ground sprinklers and fountains that can pour over kids. And when we were living there, we just had so much fun taking the kids, right? So when there was really nothing to do or we weren't sure where to go, we're like, we're going to the splash pad. And there we would go, and the kids would be able to not just enjoy the playground that was adjacent to it, but also enjoy the splash pad. If they didn't want to go into the pool, they were young enough that we didn't want to leave them kind of like by the bay area of the pool, and we wanted them to run around, we would take them there. The HOA prices for Briar Bay, again, other subdivisions in there as well. You have the Tides, you have Sail Harbor, the townhome community, which is where my other listing is. You also have Liberty Bay and One's Escaping Me, Water's Edge. So within those 4 communities, you'll be paying a different price depending on what each subdivision charges. But overall, your monthly payment would be between $250 to $272. Again, under $300 for all of those on-site amenities I've listed, as well as common maintenance of either your front lawn or your backyard. In addition to, I think they even do, or they did at least when we were living there, they would pressure wash your driveway. Really neat things that just come with living within a community that's established and also has governances, and, you pay them a fee for taking care of your home and leaving it well maintained. And the last community that I wanted to highlight today is Victoria Woods, another gated manned community, also with a pool, also with clubhouse amenities. I believe this one has a tennis court as well, and I'd have to double check, maybe a bike path. I think this was one of the ones that did have a bike path. But again, you're getting all of these amenities to live in a single family home. And the monthly rate I saw there was $115. So why are paying low monthly HOA fees important? Well, if you're a home buyer on the market and you're looking to shop in West Palm Beach, taxes have increased. So you have to take into consideration not just your mortgage payment, your tax payments as well, and your monthly HOA dues. All of that needs to be factored in your cost of living. So while you might find a house that seems like is relatively inexpensive, but is in an area where the taxes might be higher, your payments could be higher. If you're looking at a house that might be a little bit out of your budget, and then you go see that there's an HOA fee that you're unable to cover, then that one is also out of the running to be a contender. So it's really important that if you are deciding to live in an HOA community, that you take into consideration how that would factor into your monthly payments as a home buyer, so that you're feeling comfortable and you're getting all the benefits of living within a community that offers stellar amenities. When you have a gated community, when you have pools, when you have common maintenance taking care of your home, it really lends to the appeal and the beautiful aesthetic of living in a suburban home, but without distancing yourself too much from the city. So for all 3 of these, I can tell you they are in West Palm Beach, centrally located. I believe Victoria Woods is more west, so you're off Southern, and there's plenty of shopping to be done there as well. And because you're close to Southern, you're not far from the airport. Briar Bay, ideal location in my opinion. You're right in between the Turnpike and the 95. 15 to 10 minutes to the airport, depending on if you get all your green lights. Really great location, close to shopping, close to schools, and about 20 minutes from the downtown area for when you want to go to a discotheque. I just aged myself. If you want to go to the club, to a rooftop bar, to all the fun things that are happening downtown. And same with Lake Silver Laguna. That one's a little further east, and it's close to the Palm Beaches baseball field. It's not far from major shopping, and it's relatively close to the 95. So you're on and off in a jiff to get to wherever it is that you need to go. So again, if you're looking for a great location, if you're looking for a low HOA, if you're interested in seeing one of my 2 listings that are in 2 of these communities, then please look no further than the ones that I had mentioned. So I hope that this was very helpful, again, in just informing you with your home search. If you're looking to come down to West Palm Beach, we do have a lot to offer, including close to resort style living within your own home. Thank you for watching. I hope you've liked, subscribed, get those notifications on. And if you're listening, thank you for listening in. I can't wait to see you guys for the next episode.